It's about time. A mortal? Is this Wenson's idea of humor? Well, you look hardy enough. Won't botch the tale of bloody bones too badly, I suppose. Still, I'm curious as to how Hallam expects you to bring me back from the edge of the Great Cycle. But that's his problem, not mine. A close companion he was. A true brother in your mortal understanding of the word. I trusted him. I had to, as he played such a vital role in my most memorable song. Is there any other way to view the warrior who saves your life time and again? The Duke of the Cursed Fomorians, slayer of Pombero and protector of the Mabinogi. But you may call me brother. I have fought with the lords and ladies of the Court of Enchantments for 3 seasons. My skills with the blade and in the bed know no equal. You dustlings have a similar concept. I believe you call it death. But there is no elegance in your mortality, no poetry. Those of my kind perish, only to have their magic pass on into the Great Cycle, where it returns in kind, reborn into a world that welcomes such new beginnings. I've always known my place has been among the heroes of the court. What other outcome could there be for one so deserving of adoration? They are Almain, settlers from the west, searching for a place to plant their flag. Poor creatures. I've never seen such terrible luck. Camped just outside Uduath, right in bloody Bones' warpath. Better they had cut their own throats. A kinder fate. Let me be truthful with you, Dustling. I've never seen Bloody Bones act so erratically. He cares nothing for the story, as if he craves a different outcome. Instead of spiriting away a young mortal maiden, he took an entire camp. Men, women, children. It's mad, and certainly not part of the tale. And I thought this ballad couldn't get any worse, considering my impending demise. Well, let's get this over with, shall we? May your gods be with you. Bloodies around here, somewhere. could be anywhere.
So the witch was right. Help has come from Sir Ferrara the Fair, who flounders in the puddles of Uduath. Such a champion should never lose his way, not in his own song. You, new knight, leave now, forsaking the last prisoners, and I will share with you my knowledge. How I came to change things. Stay, and you'll have nothing but corpses. That's true. My intent was never to do harm. All I want, all I have ever wanted was love. Not to be alone in my eternal grief. Fine. The prisoners are free to go. But you shall take their place. You shall be Bloody Bones' new desire.
To the... Well done, Sagwell. You have proven yourself worthy of the name. Hallam's trust in you was not misguided. I don't know what to make of Bloody's tale, but it has the ring of truth to it. We must return to Wenson and tell him what we've learned here in Uduath. Off we go, then.
Found it after all. For in older sake, I'm glad you didn't leave it with that monster. I have a few coins left to my name, and you can take them. And the bed's free for your use whenever you care for it.
I've got what you need over here. Always a pleasure to gaze upon your sweet face. Well, how can I make you smile today? Please, come back soon.
Greetings, Sakura.
I've got what you need over here.
What is happening? First Sagril, and now Bloody Bones. These are shocking developments. Listen, Hallam and I have been discussing what transpired in Uduath. You are needed for a very special quest, a song of your very own. You must travel to the home of Tenwa, also known as the Librarian. It is an important journey, not without its perils. I know little about the Librarian. Only that she and Hallam have spent many seasons studying the ebbing tides of magic and how best to preserve our ballads. She is an odd creature, quite aloof and reclusive. From what I've heard, she enjoys the scholarly arts of men with all their brittle, ink-stained quirks. Do not rouse your mortal worry for Hallam. He has left the court seeking answers to our many questions. He will return in time. If someone is corrupting the songs of this great house, Hallam will find them. He is the storyteller, and he knows our ballads better than anyone. Go to Tenwa's cottage in Haxi. She will be waiting for you. Retrieve a ballad from her collection of fey cairns. It is called The Hero and the Maid. Bring it to me, and guard it with your life. Its worth cannot be measured. The library is a collection of special lore stone called cairns, in which are kept the greatest of summer court ballads. As long as they are safe, so too are our songs. The library was not Lord Issa's idea, but the inspiration of Hallam the White. He created the cairns and cast the spell that protects them. The world is changing. Everyone knows it, even if some choose not to accept it. Even as summer court magic weakens, our library of lore will remain strong. Her cottage stands in the gap between Yolvan and Haxi, southeast of here. It is an isolated spot, safe. Tenwa is expecting you.
Glynel, I assure you it's an ancient codex, just like in the tales.
Intriguing. Why would such a thing be revealed to a child of dust?
And here I was beginning to think that you'd never show up. This is Glynel, lore master of the House of Ballads. Give the codex over to him, and he may have your answers. The Tuatha are a radical sect of Fae within the Winter Court, led by Gadflow and his insane rants about their new god. They've taken power and declared war on mortals. They use raw prismia to enhance their power, and their devotion borders on madness. But the most terrifying thing to the Fae is simply the fact that their siblings have changed so completely. You haven't been around much, have you? The Tuatha have been pressing west from their home in Alabastra. Right now, they're only threatening my people. But if we fall, the Tuatha will turn their eyes to the other mortal races. The Summer Court, or the Seelie Fae if you prefer, embody the growth and energy of nature, but they can still be as aloof and uncaring as a brutal summer day. The current High King of the Fae is Titarian, the wisest of the Summer Court. While Gadflow has undermined the Winter Court, he tries to keep their cycle in balance. The Winter Court, or the Unseelie, embrace the destruction and decay of nature. They aren't evil, but they aren't exactly the best of friends. Normally they share power peacefully with the Summer Court, but since the Tuatha have seized power, there is neither peace nor predictability. Titarian isn't quite what you'd expect from the High King of Summer, but he hasn't got the arrogance of his cousins, or their cheer. Ever since Gadflow killed the High King of Winter and started the war, Titarian has become distant and melancholy, and blind to the dangers around him. For a long time, they were content to keep to their play of the Summer and Winter Courts. Now we fight Gadflow and the Tuatha for our very existence. We are the charmed, the subtle, and the inspired. In happier days, we were the loftiest of the mortal races. We despise open war. But for decades, the Tuatha have been at war with us, pushing into our lands and forcing us to take up arms. The Codex of Fate is no simple lawstone. It's more subtle and complex than any mortal could comprehend. But a law master of ballads may be able to interpret it. I'm a woman of many talents, and we're all taught that we must use our talents for the greatest good, right? Lore Master Glional has devoted centuries to the study of lore and ancient Fae stories. The codex you found isn't just any lawstone. Just talk to him, and I'm sure he'll be able to shed some light on the issue. Be on your way.
You must be Lady Shear's friend. She speaks very highly of you. An occasion rare enough to be worth recording in its own right. But let's see this codex. The fabled Codex of Destiny. When the Fateweavers formed their order, our High King gave his own wisdom to assist them. To have such knowledge in your hands is a tremendous gift, but why did it reveal itself to you? Nonsense. All children of dust have a story that is written before you see your first dawn. Now, I can only make out some parts, but this is odd. The Codex speaks of an exception, a void, an end to the endless. This is simply too much. The High King would never pawn such absurdity off as wisdom. I'm sure you think it is. I fear you must have been taken in by a forgery. A perfectly created one, perhaps, but a forgery nonetheless. But this codex speaks of impossible things, changes to fate, death of the immortals, and other heresies. To ascribe these lies to the High King would be... I'm sorry, but I must ask you to take it away. I will have no part in these lies. Is there a meaning to it? Only its author can tell you. All of us in the Western Faelands are subjects of High King Titarian. Our presence maintains the natural balance, bringing the green of spring at winter's end. We are the story that is told. We are the blazing summer and the brooding. He is an offense to our people. He upsets the natural. As I'm keeper of the Echo Stone here in the House of Ballads. It has only come to us recently, but I find its purpose most fascinating. It is a new relic crafted by several of our most attuned Fey mages. Usually the notion of new repels me, but in this case, I can't help but feel a spark of curiosity. The Echo Stone can be used like a lore stone to experience past narratives, stories that have long since left the lips of their tellers. However, one can only use the Echo Stone if he has the right matching cairn, a magical key devised by Hallam the White himself. Do not bother me with such foolishness again.
Glynor spends his life cherishing old stories, but show him something truly new, and he dismisses it. Tragic. First of all, we ignore this fool. Most Fae aren't comfortable with change, and you are certainly something new. I'm afraid that only one person will really be able to help us with the Codex, the High King himself. It will be difficult. His court is in the city of Issa. Very few mortals are permitted in its gardens. I do know one individual who can grant you permission to enter, but you'll have to meet him alone. Nirelem is a private person, and he carries a grudge against me. Although perhaps person isn't the right word for him, nor is him. You'll find him in southeast Dalantarth at Caer Nirelem. Just head towards the giant tree, and, well, you'll see. That codex isn't just a complicated lore stone. It seems to tell a tale most Fae don't want to hear, and created by High King Tatarian himself, no less. Interesting. A close friend once told me, strive to be whatever you want to be. Fate might be a lie, but if it isn't, then worrying about it won't change a thing. You'll have to meet him on your own. I'd accompany you, but Nirelem and I have our disagreements. None of us could have foreseen the rise of Gadflow and his army, but we should have, and now we're all facing the price. Good luck with Nirelem, and not anything he says about me.
Congratulations. You again. Some advice. A healer never likes to see the... Farewell.
Yes, Sacral?
Greetings. Sworn to war?
You're welcome in the keep, as long as your honor's intact. Dead? Each and every one? Well, you certainly rose above the call of service. You've earned your pay, and then some. On with you.
Sworn to war?
Step right up and allow yourself the pleasure of my company. I am the great Oleander Sinclair, alchemist virtuoso. Today only I am offering the people of Yelvan a special... What am I offering? Blast! The potion's wearing off. Yes, Yolvan. Quite appealing. You should visit. Where is Yolvan again? You like that head of yours? Well, if you do, I'd advise you stay here in the north. You could end up like those in Canarok. Poor souls are spider snacks. Not my first choice of campsites, but better than the alternatives. I'll gladly take Warsworn swine over giant spiders. Wouldn't anyone? They don't like me. Because they're brutes, I'd wager. Or because I stole from their treasure hoard. That's probably the reason. Castellantine Delfric wants to lock me up. Me, Oleander Sinclair. Did I mention that he's famous? That I'm famous? I'm Oleander Sinclair. The worst of the worst, that one. Honourable, proven, courageous. Who could ever be proud of such qualities? Beautiful woman. Ravishing. In fact, I made clear my intentions to woo her. She made clear her intentions to break my nose. Surely you've heard of him. The most famous travelling potion salesman what ever lived. The guy I landed on and killed. Knew him, did you? I mean, I'm him. That's me, Oleander. In their prime, they were silk farmers, but now the villages are ruined. You can go and see for yourself. I wouldn't advise it, though. You know, a person who makes potions from things like fungal spores and droppings. A person like me. A virtue... What? Perhaps you should use words people actually understand. Someone here is looking mighty foolish right now. It's me. I'm the one looking foolish. A potion. His potion, I mean. Oleander Sinclair. See, I'm not really him. He being a dead guy I found in a mine nearby. Landed on, really, but he was already dead. Maybe I took his coin and drank one of his potions. That's when things got strange. I could make potions, tonics, cordials, restoratives. Turns out I really like alchemy, but the potion's effects are fading. Will you help me make another? Let's just say before I became Oleander Sinclair, I was less a travelling alchemist and more of a robber of travelling alchemists and other people. I don't recall the potion's name. No surprise, I can't even remember my own name. That's the price you pay for being for being a liar. Those war-sworn curs likely have one in their keep. Not sure. They won't let me in. On account of my being a liar. You could make the potion using the proper reagents, but that would require work. We've got to hurry, though, because I'm getting dumber by the moment. Scour the keep and you'll find something useful. You wouldn't believe what those Warsworn are hoarding in there. Please hurry. Hireling? Don't tell me. Yes, that's it. We've met before. We have. Right here in... Where are we again? Blast! Hope this works. Bottoms up, mate. I think it's working. Indubitably. Plethora. Effulgent. There it is. Now I should be able to brew up anything I need in no time. As agreed, here's your payment. You're a real lifesaver. Not sure if I'll ever quite remember who I am, where I'm from. Probably for the best. Didn't like that fellow. Me.
I'll kill you all if I have to. Damn boggarts. Give me a moment. Suddenly, very dizzy. Didenhill is a haven for those traveling from Gorehart to Gallifall. But now, nowhere is safe. It's the Blood Plague. The boggarts carry it. Nearly all of the village has been infected. Most don't die from it, but it can weaken a man fiercely. Without a cure, the village won't last much longer. Aside from the boggarts and Blood Plague, look, you should turn around and go. Go somewhere safe. This is no place for visitors right now. Kester Barclay would know far better than me. He's in the town square. Go and ask him yourself. Kester's right in the town square. Take care.